All right, Dave Simon here with Big Rig, Johny Hendricks. Johnny, welcome back to Montreal.
Thank you. It's it's a pleasure to be here. I enjoy traveling, as much as I can, but I like Canada. Montreal's been a great place for me. The fans been great, so it's nice.
What did you think about the event here? A lot of people, a big turnout for the UFC World Tour.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be. You don't come into the champion's backyard without bringing a lot of people. So I knew there was going to be a lot of people. I knew they were going to want to pull for him, but it's sort of mixed. That was sort of exciting to see. I knew he got a little bit better, but I didn't get that many boos, which was nice.
Well, you fought here before. I think the Montreal fans have seen you fight, and they've warmed up to your fighting style, right?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. They know me as a person now. They've seen me fight. They know I'm gonna bring the fight, and that's what they enjoy.
How do you break George down as far as where he's most dangerous to you? Do you think it's his wrestling? Do you think it's his striking? What's his most dangerous weapon in your fight?
The way they use his distance. A lot of people, I don't know if they see it or if they can adjust in the octagon, but the way he uses his distance, he's a 76-inch reach, but he also leans forward when he punches. So he adds like 4 inches. So you think that you're in range, and you try to throw some punches, you're missing. And it's because of that. So that's something that, you see a lot of people do. And I've faced a lot of tall guys, a lot of long reaches. So I'm no stranger to that game.
Are you looking to find anybody to maybe simulate that reach or the style of striking that he brings in?
I'm right now I'm going with a couple of boxers, local boxers. One of them's Tony Mack, and he's 7-0. I think he fights next weekend, so it'll probably be 10-0, 8-0. So I got a lot of heavy hitters. I got a lot of quick guys that I'm sparring with because I do believe I have speed. And I might have the speed advantage. If I don't, I will after this camp. That's what I'm going to really focus on is speed. I don't need to focus on power, obviously. I need to focus on the speed and closing the distance.
We saw this weekend Jake Ellenberger and Rory McDonald fight, and Ellenberger wasn't really able to close that distance on Rory McDonald. What did you think about that fight and Ellenberger's performance?
I didn't get to see it, for one. I was out of town. 2, you're trying to compare a guy who... Oh, no, I know exactly what you're trying to say, but you're trying to say GSP is going to do the same thing that Roy McDonald did to Jake Ellenberger.
Well, he's got a good jab, and you talked about the distance. That's the only comparison.
No. That's what I'm trying to say, and I'm sorry that it went that way, but that's what I'm trying to mean, though. That's what I'm trying to say is yes, he does do the same thing, but the thing is that I do head movement. If you see my fights, I have head movement. I parry a lot more. I don't do the two-handed block a lot. That's going to help in this fight. With somebody who has a jab, if you parry and have head movement, then it makes the jab not as effective. So that's what I'm going to try to continue to do and work on and get better.
The way you talk about your striking, you've really taken to boxing. You've really taken to this striking game. You're a wrestler, in your background, but the striking game, you've gotten quite technical with it over the past few years.
Yeah, because you start there. You know what I mean? You start there, and I know that you have to be good there. Because if you're not, then people know I'm a wrestler. They know I can take them down. But without the fear of the hands, the Carlos Condit fight, that was a really eye-opener for anybody who questioned my wrestling. Because I stood toe-to-toe with him. I went with him all 3 rounds, and I won the first 2 clearly. The third round, not so much, just because of, I pushed so hard the first 2. But, we were both tired after that fight. And that right there gives me confidence because I just wore down a guy that's used to training for 5-round fights. We crunched it down in 3, and he still got tired. So that makes me feel better about my shape and cardio. And that means that, I need to slow down the pace a little bit in this next fight. I can't go in there with kill mode. I need to play it like a boxer. Set up some things a little bit better. Don't touch him as hard. Let him get more comfortable. And I think that's going to play a huge factor in this fight.
Now, you fought here in Canada. George has been fighting here in Canada, but this fight's in Las Vegas. It's in the United States, your home country. Do you see Vegas as a neutral ground, or do you see it as on your home turf in the United States?
Neutral ground. Definitely a neutral ground because, he's fought there more times than I have. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, is that it's both of our, it's a neutral ground. We both have to fly in. We're both, I think, what is the elevation here? Like 700 feet? Maybe a little less. That's what Texas is. So we're both going to have to go from low elevation to high elevation. So it's all the same.
Now, one question I have for you: you're wearing glasses right now. You don't wear glasses in the octagon. What is that like for you? What's your vision like without your glasses?
I got about 10 feet. Really? Yeah, I mean, I can pass. I got like it's like a 20/50, 20/40. But I can see everybody. But like right now, everybody's a little blurry. You know what I mean? Like you're clear as day. They're clear as day. It starts getting to where see that guard, he's starting to blur a little bit. So I want to be able to see and remember who I. So now he's clear as day. So that's why I wear glasses. In the octagon, it doesn't affect me at all because seeing close up is my forte.
Maybe even an advantage, right? Because you block everything else out, and all you see really clearly is your opponent.
Hey, there you go. I never thought about that, but sure.
Johny Hendricks, good luck, man.
Hey, thank you so much.